Thailand faces a different crisis.
Narrowing the gap between urban and rural dwellers that exists even in a relatively prosperous country such as Thailand.
A growing economic gap between its rural and urban areas that forces young people to leave the farms to find work.
A single mum with a young daughter and nephew to feed.
No money, no work.
For the average tourist, rural Thailand is shrouded in mystery.
When I work, I get money from tourists.
The beachside cabana bars and dazzling discotheques of Pattaya, Phuket, Samui and even Bangkok are a far cry from the real Thailand that exists beyond the bright lights and salty sea spray of coastal tourism Thailand.
Dangerous professions in the world, the risk of violence, arrest and STIs.
In this village, it's commonplace for the neighbours to do the rounds in the morning. Villagers appear to just zigzag from house to house and it's really lovely. This morning, another auntie just popped around on her electric scooter for morning coffee at 7 a.m. There's no phone calls, there's no text messages sent. People just appear. We've just heard word that down the road, a little baby cow was born last night. So head down there now and have a look at the baby cow. Rural Thailand represents 47% of the country's total population. And whilst traditions and cultures have been watered down in the famous coastal tourist spots, subsistence farming, with gobsmackingly simple living conditions, they're alive and flourishing in the villages of ISAN. I have become what I was just talking about. I am now a villager that just goes door to door, checking out what's happening. Where's the baby cow? How are you? That calf is huge. You're telling me that was born last night? That was born last night. A baby cow's first steps. Whoops. In my mind I was thinking, tiny little cow, like, oh, you pick it up. Hello, baby. No. It's huge. And there's Mama Duck, minding her flock as shepherds watch the flock. Today we have a very special day. It is the annual National Thailand Children's Day. It's super exciting for me as a foreigner because I get to go into a rural Thai school. So the school teacher came to pick up the kids. They're going into school early to get ready. And we'll be heading over there shortly. Scrambled eggs and sticky rice for breakfast. This week I was provided a rare opportunity to enter a rural Thai village with unprecedented access to film the traditional farming techniques for the food, cooking, drinking, the loan sharking, the buying and selling of property, and even to observe the Game of Thrones-esque village hierarchy that exists. You could be forgiven for thinking that that's blood on the ground, but it's not. Like all communities, there are some problems here, as you'd expect. I've seen plenty of evidence of addiction. Betel quid chewing has always been an important part of Thai culture and tradition. In the past, betel chewing was a very popular daily activity amongst the Thais, but has all but disappeared from the cities. Similarly to khat from Somalia, betel quid is a psychoactive stimulant that leaves a deep red coloured substance in your mouth and on your teeth when chewed. Yaba is homegrown backyard methamphetamine.
Meth pills smuggled into Thailand.
And I've heard numerous stories in the village about family members turning to thieving to support their addiction. Likewise, kutom, a brown cloudy drink which tastes like a bitter tea, has been legalised in Thailand, but is often abused to the point of dependence. And whilst I didn't see any signs of criminal behaviour, I'm assured by the villagers that crime is a big thing here. As I mentioned before, earnings from a small family farm may only total $3,000 to $4,000 annually.
Are you guys old enough to be driving a bloody bike? How old are you? Let me check your ID.
So it is commonplace for mums and dads to encourage their teenage offspring to leave the farm in search for work in the cities. For unskilled boys, this may mean factory work, and for girls, it can mean bar work. There will be a follow-up to this short film in which I'll discuss my girlfriend's journey between the ages of 14 to 19. Subscribe to catch that interview, coming out shortly.
Life in ISAN, growing up. Let's ride a bike around when we're 11 years old. What are you doing, darling?
Brushing my teeth.
Running a little bit late to the school event. Can you hear Lele brushing her teeth?
All right, we made it. I am definitely the only foreigner here today, without a doubt, and I'm starting to get funny looks already.
Keep up. This it. Keep up. This it. Keep up. This it. Keep up. This it. Yeah, you keep.
I'm really happy that Lele's daughter can have her mum here, and also very special for the 3 nephews, the 3 boys. This is a musical demonstration of traditional Muay Thai kickboxing. Children often start to learn kickboxing at age 5 or 6, whereas in the West, children may play football or cricket. In Thailand, they learn martial arts. I need not mention that a tourist should never, ever pick a fight with a Thai person. Gonna go for a walk for a couple of minutes. It's a little bit overwhelming having everyone look at you. And I mean, Sawadee Krap, how are you? Sawadee Krap. And I mean everyone. That's what you get when you're in country town. They're not used to seeing things that look like this. There's no doubt in my mind that ISAN is the home, the absolute home of pickup trucks. Good Lord. You know what? I'm just gonna pop back in the car for 5 minutes, have a little bit of aircon. Call me a sissy. It's a bit much. One of the nephews and his little rascal friend, they're desperate to be on YouTube. Say, Sawadee Krap, hello! Kunchu alai. Pomchu Sam. I am Sam. He is Pum. Yep. Sawadee Krap. All done with the school. We've come around to one of the local markets to buy some stuff for the barbecue tonight. Market stalls like this are a luxury for those living inside the township of Det Udom. The further out of town, the less markets I would see. The way in which people would buy and sell fruit and vegetable and meat and rice is completely different as soon as you get out of that town centre. The majority of people don't live in the town centre, they live on rural properties. Sawadee Krap! Hello, Sawadee. Ooh. Subsistence farming is absolutely at the core of the rural economy. My girlfriend Lele explains her very basic upbringing. As a bare basic, they almost always have access to rice. And in tough times, anything beyond that is a treat. Depending on the season, depending on the growth of the crops, in some seasons you may only have rice and not have access to any animals. You might have sold the cows last year, you might not have any chickens. What's the bike in the market? I love it. It could be the wrong time of year to grow corn. The only protein that you can get is insects. Mixing up stews based on insects with some chili and lemon and lime, mixed in with rice, that is absolutely a staple. And it's been a staple for hundreds of years, and it's certainly not going anywhere anytime soon. No grandma here at grandma's house, but a little bit of charcoal, which is what we need to start the fire. But we'll just have a little look around. And funnily enough, when the young people move from the villages to coastal Thailand to work in the tourism precincts, they retain these eating habits. Lele's friend Pang has come, and I'm cooking an amazing tofu Penang curry. But you know what she comes home with? What is that? What is that? There's no... Absolutely no need. No. What I've noticed in regional Thailand is that if you kill an animal, every single bit of that animal is turned into food. From chicken feet to bird beaks to the heads of shrimp, nothing is missed. That's a standard sleeping quarter, right? Just outside for extra air with the mosquito net. Wash your hands, girl.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. What have you got, Grandma's dog? You've got a bit of plastic, you bad boy. Buffalo. Lele's uncle has planted new cornfield and he would love some drone footage, so... Now, corn takes 4 months to grow, and the corn needs to be planted right after wet season, right after the rice is removed. This is absolutely beautiful. I didn't realize from the drone footage have a look at how high the corn is. It's so sick. It's not just a matter of planting and waiting. The crop must be watered and fertilized regularly, which often takes some plumbing infrastructure and the employing of extra hands to help with the physical tasks. They've got a really well-developed watering system. If a farm reaps 30,000 baht, that's equal to 1,200 Australian dollars. A wet season rice crop may pay 2,200, so a grand total of 3,400. Farms like this one I'm touring today stand to earn a bit more of that because they can produce more. It's a lot of work. Growing rice and corn seems like the primary way small farms around ISAN make their annual money. If you do the math, $3,400 Australian dollars isn't that much money to live on. So families, farmers, they do extra things to supplement their income. For instance, Lele's uncle here, he looks after cows on other people's property. And he's asked me today to come with him and see what's involved in feeding the cows.
What is super freaked out about? I think they get a lot of chubby white blokes out here.
The scene that you see here today with the whole family sitting down, eating together is such a typical sight in rural Thailand. And if it wasn't for the bamboo seating that's here, everyone would alternatively be on the floor with a mat. Eating meals in ISAN is very much something to do with your hands. All the rice and curries and salads and soups are laid out for everyone to pick out as they want. Trading a few beers, Uncle's lending us a wave for the afternoon. Got our charcoal. Looks like we're off to the market to buy 2-minute noodles. The boys insisted, so Uncle Sammy, here we go. Hold on, boys.
Bye-bye!
Nice cast, mate.
You've got a winner there.
The kids wanted to show me their one of their fishing spots. Very small, shallow dam. So I don't know if we'll be collecting, you know, any marlin today. What the heck, Granny? Nungs on some. We're trying to convince Mama to have a shot of, is it Hong Tong or Sang Tong? Oh, she's doing it. Shocking, it's another visitor. Don't worry, it was just the 11-year-olds driving in the dark on the motorbike to go and pick up some bedding. And this gorgeous dog, he's got a problem with chasing cars. So his owners have attached this DIY spray can lid contraption to his tail to slow him down. When he chases a car and picks up speed, the movement of the windsock causes him to reduce his pace and keeps those cars and motorbikes safer. You are so thoughtful. We've had a couple of days of Thai music, but this morning I thought, some Eric Clapton unplugged, huh? You know, to go with the cheese toasties, some American rock. 7:30 in the morning, the boys are on the whiskey and a couple of cans of Leo, as you do. Granny's over there watering the garden, and behind her there's a whole family of buffalo. I love this time of morning. The morning sun makes the greens so green. It's time to fill up the scooter before we give it back to its owner. So thank you. So there goes 10 baht, maybe 10 baht more. Apparently that says the machine's run out, so we might have to go buy a bottle. Saudi Cup! With the failed petrol machine, we've come around to the local corner store that sells petrol in a 7-Up bottle. Good morning! Saudi Cup! Hello, what's going on? Oh, what we do? Saudi Cup! How much? 20 baht? Oh, no, too much, too much. 80 baht. They've conned me into buying mango. And while paying for the bottle of fuel, oh my God, I'm guessing that's not natural, Minnie. Hello. What a great marketing strategy. Why would you buy a normal baby chicken when you could buy a fluoro pink one or a hyper green? What was happening back there with all the ladies writing was that there was an exchange of money taking place. So it was villagers that have lent money to other villagers and villagers that are returning money, presumably paying interest. Do they pay interest or are they interest-free loans?
Pay.
Pay interest? Okay, like a loan shark. That was a loan shark hut. And speaking of loans, and watch this bike that I've been loaned. That little dog contraption to slow him down, stop him from chasing the cars, they left it at the campsite, so we brought it back, and he won't be happy about it. Rightfully returned. Have a look at this. Would you believe that most of this farm was funded by selling lighters at a market? Truth. And out the front of the house, oh God, what do we have here? A drum kit. And this is one of the benefits of living on property. You can make, presumably, as much noise as you want. No neighbours to complain.
Bye.